Hi everybody, welcome back to Tunes91. I'm here to review a Montale fragrance with you all called Intense Cafe, released in 2013. Now, Intense Cafe comes in two sizes, like most other Montale fragrances. We have the 1.7 ounce and the 3.4 ounce. It's going to set you back anywhere between $70 and $180 American, depending on where you get it and where you are in the world. I know that for the past year or so, I have been picking up my 3.4 ounce bottles for about $75, which is actually a steal. If you go to FragranceNet, you can definitely get a good deal on this fragrance, and it is well worth the do-re-mi. If you guys didn't know already, this fragrance is a beautiful, lush, purpley lavender color, and it damn well near matches my eggplant-colored couch, and that is by no means an accident. See, I love this fragrance so much that I purchased this couch several months back to match the bottle. That way, when I look at it on the shelf, I'm like, oh wow, look at that. Where I plant my ass is the same exact color as what I spray on my clothes and my body. Yes. Intense Cafe is a well-rounded, robust, rosy, coffee, vanilla, amber fragrance, and it is absolutely exquisite. If you are able to deal with rose, and you can at the very least tolerate rose, I think that this is a wonderful offering for a more floral fragrance for men and women alike. Obviously, women can pull this off no problem, but a lot of the time I find that men are afraid to dabble in the floral aspect of fragrances, which they're missing out on a lot. It sucks for you guys. You guys need to check florals out. There are so many good floral fragrances out there. Angelique, Noir, we have Intense Cafe. There's a million. I could go on. The list could go on forever. But this is by no means a slouch. I've had this in my collection since 2013. I've gone through 4 bottles of this, which if you know how potent the stuff is, you know that that's a lot of juice to go through with this fragrance. Now, if you hadn't noticed, I am, in fact, reviewing a Montale fragrance, and I am by no means a Montale fan. There are, I believe, maybe 5 altogether out of their huge arsenal of fragrances that they've come out with that I consider to be bottle worthy, that I can even tolerate, actually, I should say, because for the most part, Montale is a one-trick pony. They do rose on top of rose on top of rose, and then they try to get creative with some of the animalic type fragrances that just end up smelling like straight up dookie to me. But I'm not here to bash the house. It's just, it would make it on my top 10 most overrated houses in the fragrance community, as well as my top 10 biggest letdowns, because when I first was introduced in the niche market, I did try to dabble in Montale right off the bat. I originally had tried Bond Number 9 and Creed, and then some of the houses that I went after right directly after that were, the By Killians and the Montales. So I've always been pretty disappointed and kind of stood my ground with my disappointment for the House of Montale. But Intense Cafe would make it in my top, I would say at least my top 20 all-time fragrances ever. So, and that's pretty good. I mean, I've gone through thousands of cologne at this point. I've sniffed out thousands of different kinds of fragrance at this point. So for it to be in the top 20, it really does say something. And I do absolutely think that this fragrance is versatile as far as gourmand fragrances go. So speaking of gourmand fragrances, this is definitely a gourmand. I think it's interesting because when you spray the fragrance right off the bat, which I will do, as you can see, there is, all Montale fragrances are like this. They come with a little clip that just kind of, it's a stopper, and very simple bottle. I like the simplicity. It's very lightweight, good to travel with, and it comes with this pouch in the box. So it's very simplistic, easy to carry around. I've actually carried that bottle in my jacket at work before, where if I wanted to put a spritz on before going out, if I was going out directly after work, and it's just nice to have kind of a lightweight bottle. But upon the initial spray, you get a lot of this really clean, I would say, red rose. The difference between the way they all smell, it's subjective, I guess, but a really nice, clean, not necessarily jammy, but a clean rose with a very authentic black coffee ground, kind of almost the steamy smell coming off of the coffee is in there as well. And it's blended so well with almost like a sugary vanilla that you would put inside of the coffee. So I would say it's borderline black coffee, but then as it dries down, it gets that nice creamy vanilla element, and the amber kind of amps that up to give it some oomph and a little bit of sweetness. But all in all, it's a very authentic fragrance with all the notes. The three main players, I would say, would be the rose, the coffee, and the vanilla. Now, vanilla and amber work very well together, so it's kind of hard to tell one from the other depending on how it's utilized. But they blend well enough to the point where it gives it that cakey vanilla feel to it and just makes it a little creamy to go with the rough around the edges black coffee. To me, this fragrance is absolutely sexy. I would love to smell this on anyone, really. I mean, woman, man, it doesn't matter. But it's very much also a casual fragrance. I feel like you can dress this up, you can dress it down, you can do anything with it. For the most part, though, with gourmands, I feel like those gourmands to me are fragrances that you're doing one of two things. You're either cozy by yourself, hanging out with a blanket and the fireplace on, with your significant other or by yourself, whatever, or you're making a statement by smelling really scrumptious as you're going out. I've always loved gourmands as basically my go-to for when I go out to the bars or for whatever, it doesn't matter. Just going out with a bunch of friends. I love gourmands for that. I utilize gourmands for that particular occasion personally. And I think that with this fragrance, Intense Cafe, you can go about 3 to 4 sprays and you're good. It's very potent at first, and it kind of lends itself to kind of dissipating a little bit and just being nice and cozy and comfortable so that people kind of have to get drawn in to smell you and the potency of the fragrance. And it lasts forever, especially if you get it on your clothes. I'm saying 3 or 4 sprays is wonderful, especially if you're only utilizing it for a short period of time for like an event that you're going to at nighttime, but it works wonderfully all the way through the whole day. I can smell this thing. So I get about 10 hours with this stuff, which is perfect for me. Intense Cafe will always be a part of my collection personally. It is one of my favorite rose fragrances. It's one of my favorite gourmands. It's perfect for fall and winter. I wouldn't necessarily wear this during the summer, but you could get away with some of the colder nights in spring. And I suppose you could wear it at nighttime in the summertime, but it does get very, very cloying, so watch out for that. If you're looking for a new, sexy, fun night, night out fragrance, I think that this one is perfect, and it is by far my favorite offering from the House of Montale. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will talk to you all later.